Okay, I'm live. Hey, anybody who's here? Where'd Winamp go? There you are. Hi, Butch Deadlift. I hate when I miss Dina. Aw. All right, let me start up the music. Hi, Manalduris. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Alright. I'm turning down the music on my end. Let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet. I say that every week and then nobody says anything, and then like an hour into the stream, Flash will come on and say, I can't even hear the music, lol. Okay, let me change. Oh wait, let me wait, pop out the chat. Move that over here and move Winamp over here. And change top chat to live chat. Well, I guess I'll just get started on this. Hopefully, hopefully more people will start showing up. I am like a couple minutes late. I always forget to take that into account. Okay, so what do I want to start with? I guess, I have some idea of what colors I want to use here. Ideally, I should have done this before, Oh, I guess I had cap locks on. Let me go ahead and, whoops. Let me go ahead and, make these layers a different color so that I don't, what color do I normally use for, it doesn't matter as long as I can tell, yeah. Hi, Fanya. I'm not totally sure what color to make the pants. Let me look at my... I guess I'll show you guys the reference images I'm using for the clothes. Mostly, here's the pants, basically. I was thinking brown. That's for the boots. That was for when I drew the figure. Actually, that's... Is that the one I used for the boots? I used one or the other. Whatever. And there's the coat, which is not being worn by anybody in this picture, so that made it kind of hard to figure out how to draw it. I'm pretty sure they just fucking laid that out on a flat surface. So that coat ended up being harder to draw than I thought it would be. That's the shirt, except I didn't make it quite so tight. Music can be... Oh, I should turn up the music a little bit. Thank you for telling me. I feel like people are like trying to be polite and just don't say anything. I mean, it's like, it's not helpful. I think I can actually, I did kind of tweak the shape of some of the clothing since I did the mask layer, but I don't think I changed the pants at all, so it should still help with that. Oops. Okay, I didn't finish my thought. I was thinking for like brown maybe for the pants, or I don't think beige would be good. Beige or khaki, I don't think those would be good because it's a little too light. I want to mostly go with dark colors. But the shirt's going to be black, and I want the jacket to be like navy blue. And I hope he doesn't end up looking too much like Walter Sullivan. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, wait a minute. Dark blue long coat. Brown slacks. That's Walter Sullivan. Though that would be a fun little Easter egg with me being a Silent Hill fan and all. This was lagging last night. I'm so glad it isn't anymore. Yeah, and of course normally I put down the flat colors, you know, beforehand so you guys don't have to watch this tedious part, but I just didn't quite have time. I was actually busting my ass trying to get this done yesterday so that I would have it done in time to stream the coloring process. Honestly, kind of burned myself out a little. I think I'll be taking a break from this guy and actually go back to working on Cybercats, which is what I should really be doing anyway. There we go. Yeah, that mask layer really helped. Oh, whoops. So pants color, obviously it doesn't have to be right the first time I can change it. But I don't know, let's start with kind of a dull brown. And then the shirt. He joined the Backstreet Boys. Hi, Living Corpse. I think I can use the clothing mask on this part because I didn't tweak that. And I can unselect the pants, unselect all this other stuff. Okay, I need to deselect the hair too. Yeah, I altered his hair a little bit for a couple of these, so that's why his hair looks white. I need to color it in at some point, but I'm kind of focusing on the clothes for now. Okay, so I deselected everything but the shirt, right? Okay. I guess the boots are probably going to be black as well. I don't think I thought too much about the boots. Stop saying boots? Why? I think I only said it once or twice. I think I messed up there. Did I accidentally delete too much of... Nope. Interesting. Okay, well... also, clothing mask. That's interesting. I don't know how that happened. That should probably be a slightly darker color. Well, that hardly does anything. What about... Oh, whoops. Oh, that's why. I had the wrong layer selected. I thought that was a little weird. But it just messed up my lipstick. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. That's better. Hi, Dr. Mad Studio. Sorry I wasn't for the last stream, but I was pretty tired from the convention I went. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about a convention. Hope you had fun. Okay. You know what? I think I'll go ahead and... Let me go ahead and, do the boots as well. Oh, Comic-Con Liverpool, that's cool. Oh, you have to get up early, yeah. Makes sense. Aside from the guests I'm meeting, I'll also be seeing some of my old Comic-Con buddies I've known for years. Oh, that's always fun. There was a local convention I used to go to, and like the same people, I used to sell artwork at a table, and like the same people would always come up to my table and hang out with me. It was fun. I haven't seen any of them in probably decades at this point. Oh, I see a little thing I messed up. Hang on, let me see if I can. Oh, I must have something selected. Oh, there we go. And also there's something I need to do something. I did not notice that earlier. That's the downside to using this whole, like, paper doll kind of technique. It kind of messes with things. Doesn't always work perfectly. Like, oh, see, there's another spot. Oh, never mind. Maybe that's... Nope. What the fuck? Oh, I see. I've got a brush selected, not... Oh my god, I'm noticing a lot of little things I fucked up now. Alright. I think that's good for now. But anyway. I'll take my umbrella as well, since there might be some chance of rain. Yeah. I do not need to be zoomed in that far. There we go. I guess I'll go ahead and use the clothing mask. I'm gonna have to tweak it though. I still think it'll take... I think it'll still like remove some of the work. Oh, not all of it. I forgot about that. Oh, looks like I didn't tweak that one. Oh, I do need to deselect the hair though, but yeah. Met this guy who came all the way from Florida. Wow, yeah, that's a long way to go for a convention. Probably could have done a better job with how I drew this hair, but oh well. This doesn't need to be perfect, it's just kind of a reference image. I don't plan on putting it on DeviantArt or anything like that. Come on. Oh, we're doing this again, huh? Or are we lagging again? God, I hope not. And maybe a tiny bit. Not enough that it's being really... Yeah, whenever it's lagging a tiny bit, it doesn't like for me to double click. It just kind of ignores me. don't know if the way I have his hair interacting with this hood makes a lot of sense, but whatever. Again, reference image. One time when I attended Comic-Con Liverpool a few years ago, I met this guy. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. I forgot to select that message, so I remember that I read it already. Original character, do not steal. Nah. DeviantArt has seen better days. It's still where I upload all of my artwork. Although I have started uploading on Instagram as well. Okay, now to fix. Yeah, last night I was looking at this and I wasn't sure if I really liked the shape of this coat. And so I tried to tweak it a little bit in Photoshop. I essentially tried to make it a little bit wider in the shoulders because it feels like maybe it's a little too like straight up and down kind of, if that makes any sense. But I don't know. I don't know how else it would fit really. It's not like it's a fitted coat. Maybe it's just because in the movie he wears a lot of like, his outfits have a lot of bulk to him, so they make him look bigger. And I was like intentionally trying to not do that, just to be a little bit different. And then I was surprised that it actually worked. If that makes any sense. Where's the... Maybe not surprised that it worked so much as like I looked at it and realized maybe it doesn't look as good as I thought it would or something. Oh damn, I don't know where the... Oh, there it is. I really hate when it doesn't let me double click. Okay, it should be good. Oh, it's my favorite track. I upload my art to Instagram, but for my novel I had to delete over 200 illustrations to make the art in the book more special to the readers. A mate of mine used to be on DeviantArt years ago just to post some artwork of his, but sorry, I'm kind of mumbling and the mic is too far away from me. But left after getting harassed by either trolls or disturbed individuals. See, that's not oversharing. People are like, oh, there's too much drama on DeviantArt. I'm like, I've never experienced that. I upload a drawing, I get a few views, maybe a comment saying it looks good or whatever, and that's it. I don't know where all this drama is that people are finding on DeviantArt. Not saying I don't believe it, just hasn't really been my experience. Should be careful with what you share. One time I let people know I'm a serial killer by mistake. Yeah, you definitely want to keep that to yourself. And guys in blue uniforms harassed me for months. Okay. They had us going in the first half, not gonna lie. So I definitely want this to be navy blue. He I'll try to sort of keep his color scheme from the movie. It's mostly blue and brown, so not too vivid. It ought to be kind of a dull color. Let's start with that. Of course, I can always change it if I don't like it. Yeah, it's too pale. I think I'm on the right track, though. It definitely makes me think of Walter Sullivan, but whatever. I don't think I mind that. Thank you for the hearts. I'll look at the chat again in a second. I want to see if I can get this a good... Let's see... There we go. This is the base color, so the highlights are going to be lighter. I think that works. Bum, 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 bum. Silver lining, I met some nice guys in white uniforms who wanted to take me to a padded room for my safety. I said thanks, but I'm fine. Still after Bob the Hobo for the donut incident? I feel like there's a reference there I'm not getting. I should probably give his hair some color, the pieces of hair that I added. Anyway. Oh, let me go ahead and I'll make that its own layer. Yeah, it's gonna need 2 layers, but it's not that many layers, honestly. I'm not doing too bad with the layers. Brown hair. Photoshop is lagging a little bit, but not so much that it's like really messing with me. Now is the part where I agonize over how much blonde he has in his hair. Well, I'll do all the other parts before I worry about that. Oh, okay. God damn it. You fucking piece of crap. God, it's okay. It's lagging just enough. I already said this, but it's lagging just enough that it won't let me do the double click at the end. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't think I'm explaining it very well. Usually, like, if there's just one line to go, you just double click it. It'll just connect it to the first line, but it's not letting me do that because it's lagging just enough that it doesn't work. Okay, can I move now? Thank you. Well, actually, I can use that to help me out a little bit. You notice his left eye glowing? I'm so happy I had an excuse to do that. I love how his one eye glows. I'm gonna have to deselect that. There we go. I was hitting control. I don't know why. My muscle memory is a little wonky today. we go. Okay, and also unselect the coat. Let's go ahead and change that to multiply. See, I didn't add any hair to this one. Yeah, I had all of his hair be in the back so you could see how the collar goes. And in reality, his hair would probably be kind of bunched up in there, but that's the thing when adding clothes on top of a figure. You can't have very much control over stuff like that. In these cases, I was able to add hair onto the top, but like taking it away would have been a little too much trouble. All right, let me try to get an idea of how much blonde he has. Well, that's a little too close up. I don't know if you can see it in this one. That's too dark. Nah. This one? It's right there, but I don't know. No, actually, nah, I don't know what I was looking at there. That one? These are not very helpful. I don't think you can see it in this one. Not really. This one maybe? There's not very much of it. Well, maybe I'll just go with... Oh, I think you can see it in this one. Not really. Damn it. I have like 500 reference images and none of them ever show what I want them to. Maybe this one? Okay. Yeah, just like... In the ones where I'm showing two pieces of hair, I guess only one of them ought to be blonde. That one's low res, so that's no help. Yeah, it's fairly thin. It's a fairly thin streak. So like, maybe just that one. Hi, Zerat. I've been doing okay. I hope you have too. Just dropped in to say hi and hope you are having a good weekend. Thank you. I hope you are too. Sadly, Stephen Williams from the X-Files and one of the 4 guests I was planning to meet has dropped out. Oh, that's a bummer. After catching COVID. Oh, Phil Lamar. That's cool. Oh, Phil is best known for his voice work. He also played Marvin in Pulp Fiction. I didn't remember that. I think he used to be in Mad TV for like 1 season, right? Or am I I feel like he was. Oh, I guess you posted the joke and then it didn't show up in the chat. There's a thing with there's a thing with like sometimes posts not showing up in the chat. I'm pretty sure I don't have any control over that. It's really annoying. I'm actually going to attempt to meet William Shatner, but I have doubts. If the queuing is long, I'm not going to bother. Yeah, I never bother trying to meet anyone at conventions. I'll go to their panels, but I usually don't go to their table afterwards because I just expect there to be too much of a line, and I hate waiting in line. I was actually at a convention in December. Was it December or January? It might have been January. It was like right at the tail end of my winter break, where like Michael Bell was there, and I just went to the panel he was at. I didn't go to his table or anything, but I kind of wish I had. Because I've been a fan of Michael Bell since I was a kid, basically. He's a voice actor, if you don't know. So I think that's going to be the blonde streak on this image, and in this image it's going to be this one, even though it's probably a little too much blonde, but whatever. I guess the entire piece of hair doesn't have to be blonde, but it's just easier that way. Excuse me. Come on. No, fuck it. I forgot. It's not letting me do the double click. Okay, now for the blonde. Let me grab the correct color. Yeah, we're already in the Phantasy Star 4 music, and I'm only a half hour into the... I really need to... Oh, you know what? Actually, I thought of this at some point last week. I do have... some Alien Crush music. I think I'll switch to that, and then I'll go back to... I wish I thought of that before the Phantasy Star 4 music started, but I'll try to remember I was at number 20. Wish I'd thought of that before it started, but I kind of didn't notice because I was focusing. I like the Phantasy Star 4 music, but I don't necessarily like for it to play for nearly the entirety of the stream. I like a little more variety. There we go. All right. All the base colors are on. It only took me 1/4 of the stream. Not too bad, I guess. I mean, the shading and highlights are probably going to be the easiest part, so... Should I just do the hair first and get it out of the way? I kind of feel like I should. There's very little of it, so I'm going to make sure I'm on the right layer. both the shading and the highlight. I think this is inconsistent. I think I made this piece of hair be blonde in the other image, but whatever. I'm not gonna fucking worry about it. Oh, and I don't need a hard edge either. So I think, I seem to recall I didn't try not to overdo it with the highlights. This hair isn't supposed to look shiny or anything. Just kind of use it on the outside. Oh, I forgot there was a piece of hair over here. Not my best hair rendering, but it'll do. Dina had the wrong tool selected. Take a drink. Okay, that goes on too long. There we go. Yeah, that's the downside to the Alien Crush soundtrack. For whatever reason, they had the tracks loop for a really long time. And they aren't really meant to go on that long, some of them. I don't want to add too many highlights because the hood would be adding a lot of shadow. Okay, now I just got to do the blonde hair. I think I only added shading to that, right? Yeah, just 2 colors of shading. Yeah, that's definitely too much blonde. I should probably have made that a little bit shorter or something, but whatever. I'm worried his hair doesn't look messy enough. I think I accidentally made it look too nice. Oh well. Honestly, his hair looks nicer than it should for most of the movie anyway. Eh. We'll little too much shading there. See, his hair looks shiny almost? I don't know, whatever. Fuck it. Okay, all the extra shit's out. Yeah, that blonde piece of blonde hair is bugging me. Maybe later on I'll go through and make half of it brown or something. Okay, Dr. Mad Studios, thanks for stopping by. You're probably long gone, but hi Styx. Hi Taijan. Oddly enough, I'm watching Red Dwarf as we speak. A white hole has just ended. A white hole? Oh, sorry, living corpse. Does evil die tonight, or is that tomorrow night? Oh god, I just realized some of his hair is blonde, which also makes me think of Walter Sullivan. I swear that was 100% by accident. Did not set out to make him look like Walter Sullivan, but here we are. I'll just try next month around my birthday when everyone forgot. Well, you could put it in the Discord if you're in the Discord. Walter Sullivan looks like Kurt Cobain. I guess he kind of does. I don't remember exactly what Kurt Cobain looks like. Yeah, this song goes on way. This song was never meant to loop like that. Yeah, it's like all of the Alien Crush tracks are exactly 5 minutes and 5 seconds, and like that's not how music normally works. So whoever put these together made them loop for that long exactly, and I don't know why, because some of these do not sound good looped like that. Yeah, no Special Iron. I haven't heard from him since last week, so I hope he's doing all. Oh, speak of the devil. Made a Let's Player bust out laughing during his live stream of Silent Hill 4 when I pointed that out. That's funny. Oh, hey, Special Iron. I think I already said that, but... God, your comment popped up right when I was talking about you. That was so funny. Hi, Annie. Oh, Psy Moon. I read that as Pay Moon. I'm like, what? Poor Walter and his victims. Everyone would have a better life if he just used his good looks to get into modeling underwear. Did you do the hand-eye spider thing again? I don't know what you're talking. I'm not even sure if you're talking to me or not. Oh, you watched the last stream. That's cool. Yeah, Smugside did post a lot. Oh, thank you. Thanks, I appreciate it. Just thought I'd throw you a little support. Oh, I know what Red Dwarf thing you're referencing. It didn't click right away. Yeah, Terraform. Yeah, I get it now. It said, what was it? Yeah, when he said hand-eye, I was thinking in terms of like hand-eye coordination or something. I don't know, it just didn't quite click. In a happier timeline, Walter made it big by singing Smells Like Teen Spirit and Come As You Are. Has an eye the size of a meatball. Special Iron bringing all the Red Dwarf references. Yeah, there was a did we talk about Red Dwarf at all last week? I feel like it came up a little bit, but not too much. My short-term memory has been erased. Also, my short-term memory has been erased. This combined with the erasure of my short-term memory. I think I posted that quote on Facebook back when I was obsessed with Red Dwarf. It's a snazzy coat he's wearing. Yeah, I wanted him to look, you know, kind of good, but not too good, if that makes any sense. In fact, I intentionally did stuff like I made his sleeves a little too short, like maybe it doesn't fit him too perfectly. I made the pants a little too short as well. So I didn't want him to be, like, it wouldn't make sense for him to go around looking like a fashion model, but I don't want him to look too bad either. It has gargoyles? What? He stole someone's snazzy coat. I mean, I suspect that my headcanon is like he probably stole these clothes from somewhere or found them or something. That's why some of this stuff doesn't make sense. Not all of this stuff makes sense together. Like, I guess you could wear boots with slacks, but like this is actually an undershirt. Here, I showed this off earlier, but I'll show you guys my, the reference images I used. So like that's the pants, they're just regular old slacks. There's the boots. That's the guy I used as reference for drawing the figure. And more boots. I don't think I used that one actually. And there's the jacket, which it's not, nobody's actually wearing it in this picture, which made this image very unhelpful. But I liked the shape of it, and I thought the way it had a big hood was kind of cool. And it formed kind of a lapel on the side. I just think it's a neat design for a jacket. I'm not totally happy with how I drew it, but yeah, and it's just laid out flat here, which is totally unhelpful. But anyway, there's the shirt. Like, it's like an undershirt. I had it fit him a little differently. I didn't want it to be perfectly tight like that. And I also had it be, you know, a little bit torn up. I don't know why only his shirt is torn up, just for whatever reason. That was where my brain went. I'm like, I'll have the shirt be a little bit torn up. These are probably bullet holes. For whatever reason, his jacket and pants are immaculate, but just the shirt's torn up. Whatever. Like he's just popping out in the rain to buy some milk while the shops are still open. That works. Like he just threw on whatever was laying around. I missed last week, but when it comes up, I bring up Futurama, Hitchhiker, Space Dandy, and Redline as if they are all in the same goofball galaxy, but not Spaceballs. That's funny. Oh, you're talking about I, Frankenstein. I forget what that is. That title sounds familiar, but I don't remember what that is. Plastic sandals, white socks, thermos. Frankie likes to dress practically. Yeah, I should probably get some shading done at some point. I'm still not totally sure about the color of these pants, but whatever. I guess I'll just leave them like this for now. What's going on? Oh, there's my keyboard has like all these buttons that you can assign to things, and one of them is right next to the control key, and I'm always hitting that button instead of the control. I should probably assign it to control. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Oh, probably because I don't know how, but I really need to just do that because I'm always hitting that button thinking I'm hitting the control key, and like I won't know why nothing is happening. That actually is looking pretty dark. So maybe I did make the pants dark enough. We'll see. We'll see how it looks when I add the shading. Now you know you've got to draw him like Dwayne Dibley. No, I sure don't. Brown is fine. Yeah. I'm kind of just figuring this out as I go, so I'm doing a little more overthinking than I normally would, probably. Let me just put this on the other monitor so I can, well, it gets darker in the other monitor. Well, I guess that's fine. I'm just using it as a reference for the shading. Excuse me. Artist overthinking their work? No, never. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn to bring the hearts again, Special Iron. Let me do a little more blending here because this doesn't need to be too dark. I'm just trying to accentuate the crease a little bit. I wouldn't add the creases because I wouldn't add the creases except for the fact that like these days clothes just kind of have a crease that never goes away, so it doesn't imply that he's going around and perfectly like I think you know what I mean. Sometimes, like, these days pants just have like a permanent crease in them. So it wouldn't be weird for his pants to have a crease is what I'm trying to get at. Like I said, overthinking. Okay, again, that doesn't need to loop that many times. song on the soundtrack. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Oh, Dina had the wrong tool selected. Take a drink. I'm trying to make that shadow a little more subtle. I don't know. Spending too much time on this, as per usual. Makes sense to have shading on the inside there. Keep my computer tower is so close. I keep like bumping it with the end of my pen. In case you ever hear tunk, that's what that is. Actually pretty happy with how I drew the pants in this image. Not so much in the other one, but that shading doesn't work. Do I need to add any highlights? I guess it'd be a good idea to add at least a little. Just in a couple little areas, like Oh, now we're up to Devil's Crush, which I have not played as much, so I'm a little less familiar with the music. I don't think I like that highlight. Tina had the wrong tool selected. Take a drink. Alright. Oh, I almost forgot. I didn't add... Oh well, that's because I have to do the highlights first. Forgot to add shading under the shirt. I guess there wouldn't be too much because it's pretty form-fitting. Not like the jacket, which cast a big shadow. Okay, I guess that's done. Damn, I actually got kind of behind on the chat. Hi, Artie. Yes, I think I would know a Space Weevil when I saw one. Tonight on Cybercat stream, we're watching Dina spend a considerable amount of coloring in Frankie Monster's crotch. I knew you were going to say that. Well, bad enough that Photoshop was lagging. Now YouTube's got a lag too, or maybe just Special Iron's computer. I didn't remember that there were covers on here. Interesting. I guess I'll just let it play. It's fine. Hearing a different soundtrack this week usually. Yeah, I remembered that I have Alien Crush after Phantasy Star 4, so I temporarily skipped Phantasy Star 4 to play Alien Crush. I had Alien Crush like at the very end of the list, so we never get to it because I don't stream long enough. Yes, they are remastering Echo the two Echo the Dolphin games, and there's going to be another sequel. Why do you want me to get behind, Artie? Rude. Anyone checking out the new Resident Evil? Oh yeah, a trailer just came out for that. I'll watch the trailer, but I've heard that it's only like loosely based on the games in the same way that the original Resident Evil movies were. So I think that's kind of a weird choice. Oh, you did just say Resident Evil. You might have meant the game. has such dreamy eyes full of death. I do like his eyes. I think they're really... He's got beautiful dark eyes. I've had this laptop for a few years now. It's lasted pretty well considering it's not Windows 11 compatible. Oh, wow. I'm just done with Resident Evil movies. I mean, that's fair. Was with my family recently and we had curried fried rice and chips for dinner, first time in years. Me and my brother used to eat them as teenagers and refer to it as a vindaloo. Just a reference lister. That's funny. Okay, well, the shirt's next. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I wanted this shirt to have kind of a texture, and I didn't include it in the inking because I didn't want to do any shading in the inking process. So, I don't know, I might just not bother with that, but... What is this? Nah, forget that. There's Devil's Crush. Okay. Oh, I can close this image. I guess I'll open up this one. It's not really going to be very helpful. Oh, fuck, it looks totally black on the other monitor. Never mind. Well, I could open it in Photoshop and still drag it over there, so let's do that. There we go. Yeah, having him wear an undershirt was probably a weird choice, but that's just what I imagined. I wanted him to wear something that was like a little bit form-fitting, that had kind of a wide neckline. And I'm like, don't undershirts have that? So... Fun fact, in Frankenstein versus Baragon, they gave the actor green eyes to try and make him look white. It didn't work, still a Japanese guy. That's funny. I bet it looked cool, though. I only watched half of the first Resident Evil film and just stuck to the games after that. I did see the first of the CGI films featuring Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield, however. Yeah, fans tend to like those. I never got around to watching them. I like at least the Resident Evil movies I've seen, just because I'm not that big of a Resident Evil fan, so I don't really care that they made changes. I totally get why fans don't like them, though. Do I want to go totally black with the shading? I guess so, as long as I'm a little bit sparing with it, I guess. I don't know if I like the line work I did there, but again, whatever. I should clarify I'm done with live action. Yeah, I figured you meant the live action ones. I actually forgot about the CG ones in the moment there. Hi, Silent Evil. Watched the trailer to the original 2002 Resident Evil film back to back with the trailer for the new movie. I love one of the skins for Agent 47 in the new Hitman games is the suit minus the coat. I like giving him a break from running in environments. Okay, I'm tired of this song. Let's go back to Phantasy Star 4. I think I was on this one. We'll skip that one. There we go. Nothing against the Phantasy Star 4 soundtrack, but like I keep saying, it takes up like 3/4 of the stream. Ideally, I like to have a little more variety in my background music. So I kept meaning to add something else before it. And I never seem to think about it until I'm right when I'm about to stream. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, too late, maybe next week. And then I forget again. That's interesting I'm looking at my reference image here, and like none of his shirt actually looks black. I mean, I guess it's possible it's not even black, it might just be gray. Still not sure. Like, the line work is getting lost, but I don't know if I care. Keep hitting my stupid PC tower. I probably should scoot that thing over. Unfortunately, anytime I move it at all, my computer crashes. It's really annoying. Actually, I'm going to turn the sound down on my end a little. Maybe I am getting a little tired of Phantasy Star 4 music. Maybe I really just do need to switch to something else for a while. Not today, just in general. I know I've got more music somewhere on my computer. Like, I've got the soundtrack to Shatterhand, and I've got for NES, which I like that soundtrack a lot, and I've also got Batman for NES. Like, those are always good soundtracks to play. Take a little break here and like think about what I want to do with this, because if it's black, it should probably have a lot more black in it. It's not a gray shirt, it's a black shirt, but I guess I'm worried about overdoing it with the shading. I don't know. No matter how the movie itself turns out, just on trailers alone, one looks like 80 to 90% more of an actual Resident Evil movie. Interesting. I need metal, give us metal. Oh, you mean the music? Eh. The most metal music I have is that, is the Abadox cover. The Abadox covers. And we're past that. Any chance I might try to beat Jekyll and Hyde? No. I've never even played that. I don't especially want to. Or the shirt just needs a wash. Yeah. I saw one of the weirdest Resident Evil puzzles in the third game. You run through the city solving all these mysterious cloak and dagger puzzles involving statues and plaques, all to get a car battery. That's funny. Despite being surrounded by abandoned cars more or less everywhere you go, for some reason looking at the clothes reminded me of a scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit where he's singing in the bar to all the drunk patrons. I sure do, Jute or Quasimodo. Okay, Sticks, thanks for stopping by. Okay, Bush Deadlift, thanks for stopping by. Thinking of sexy corpse homunculi with joy. Okay. Trying to think of other good Mega Drive soundtracks apart from the obvious ones. I mean, I'm not sure you'd get away with playing Sonic tracks, which is a shame. Oh, have I ever played Sonic music before? I feel like I might be able to get away with Sonic. Maybe I'll try that sometime. I must have the soundtrack to Sonic and Knuckles somewhere. Labyrinth Zone, yeah, that's a good one as I recall. Blows my mind that Toho made Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde game. They did. Interesting. Oh wow, I just noticed I did a bad job of let me smudge that back into place. Made a list of NES titles that you will try to beat. Interesting. Hey, I'm not a homunculus. Homunculus. What even is a homunculus? I've heard that term before. Let me see how. What is a homunculus in fantasy? That works. Small artificial human or humanoid creature created through... Oh, okay. Oh, well, I guess that does suit him. Not small, not the small part, but... Miniature or fully formed human. Okay. We're qualified. I admit I'm lazy in reading the AI answers, but... Oh, apparently there's one in Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, there's a monster wiki and it's in there. I love that there's a wiki for everything. Homunculus is a living construct similar somewhat to the golem of Jewish folklore. Being produced from the sperm of a dying man left to congeal in the womb of a horse. What? Newly formed homunculus lacks substance and must be completed over a period of 40 weeks. Okay, I'm not going to read all that detail. That might be where it came from, but I'm sure that doesn't apply to every version. Ah, well. So glad I read that. Yep, even the AVGN episode pointed out the Toho connection. Oh, I don't remember that. I believe you, I just don't remember it. Sonic and Knuckles soundtrack is a good one. Oh yeah, Lava Reef Zone is good. I like Flying Battery Zone, specifically Act 2. Batman, Castlevania, Contra, Ninja Gaiden. Oh boy. Adventure Island, Megamans. I know I beat Batman at some point. I can't remember if I needed a Game Genie to do it. Oh my god, I'm finding a bunch of spots where I smudged it wrong. There's another one. Fuck. I think that's it. Anytime I click off of it. Nope. Anytime I click off of it in the, Oh, well, it's because I did that. Whatever. I was gonna say anytime I click off of it in the, I feel like that's something in my face, but I can't get rid of it. I keep seeing it at the corner of my eye. Lost my place, damn it. Oh yeah, I was talking about, I know I beat Batman for NES, but I can't remember if I did it without a Game Genie code. I never played any of the Castlevania games before Bloodlines. I don't know why. I just sort of missed out on those. Never played Contra. I played Ninja Gaiden a little bit. I remember that one being hard, and Adventure Island I've never played. And I don't know if I've ever played any Mega Man games, seriously. I probably played one a little bit, but I couldn't tell you which one or how much I played it. Recently tried to get back into Final Fantasy VIII for the first time in years. I made it all the way to the Fire Cavern. You know, the very first dungeon. I'll try to keep going at some point. That's cool. Edward Scissorhands is technically a homunculus. Why do I keep wanting to say homunculus? Homunculus. He was made. Okay, so like a humanoid creature that was created. Okay, that does suit him then. Did you say produced from the sperm of a horse? No, it's like, I think it said this, I've already forgotten. I think it said the sperm, I assume of a man that somehow ended up in the womb of a horse. Either way, that's so wildly specific. Yeah. that was not helpful. Ready to beat Friday the 13th on the next day it rolls up. Yeah. I believe I have beaten Friday the 13th. I think I managed to do it without a Game Genie, but I'm not totally sure. God, like, not too long ago, I thought I got it into my head that maybe I would stream or at least film myself beating Friday the 13th, and I got it out and played it again, and I'm like, nope, this game's too goddamn frustrating. Because in theory, I know a good way to beat it. Like, I know all the best techniques to use in theory. But in practice, that game is a pain in the ass. What am I looking for? Oh, chloroseptic. It's almost 2:30 already. Wow. I always thought homunculus. Why do I keep wanting to say homunculus? I always thought homunculus just meant deformed human, like a sloping forehead Neanderthal type. Yeah, it just occurred to me, like, and the reason I looked it up, it occurred to me, like, I've heard that word a lot, and I don't even know exactly what it means, so that's why I looked it up. I did have Contra on the NES. Or Probotector? That's a weird name. That was a good one. I bought that for my 14th birthday after trying the SNES one in a shop. It's also the Sunsoft Batman game on Genesis, but it's not exactly the same as their NES version. I don't think I remember the Genesis version. What do you want, you little butt? I wonder if you guys can see Tara at all. Oh yeah, you can a little. Yeah, there she is. What do you want? What do you want? Such a little baby. This is what she does. She wakes up. She wakes up and makes it everybody's problem. Like a baby. She's just like a baby. Aww. Boop. She didn't want to be booped. I saw we baby, but you gotta pay the boop tax. You gotta pay the boop tax. There we go. You guys got to see me pet Tara a little bit. I remember the Commodore version of Batman, the movie. Have I seen? I'm trying to think if I've seen that. I saw one that was based on. Oh wait, well that wouldn't have been Commodore. I remember seeing one that was based on either Batman Forever or Batman and Robin, and it was like a. It looked kind of Mortal Kombat-ish. Like I think it was done with. Maybe not. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Ghosts and Goblins is another game I've never played. Batman Doom is a lot of fun. Just need a copy of Doom to put the mod on. Oh, that's ironic since Batman doesn't use guns. Always preferred ghouls and ghosts. Whoops. On the Mega Drive. Okay. Something I'm like, how the F did people figure this out? Like, bury a poisonous shark under sand for months to remove the toxin, make it edible. Wow. Who thought of that and what were they on? Hey Gary, I've got this idea for an artificial creation where a guy diddles a female horse and Gary walks out of the room backwards. Yeah. Sometimes mythology is really weird like that. Didn't get around to playing modern Final 13 game. Or you're asking if I'm gonna play the new Halloween game? I might. Like I think it's single player or has a single player option, and if it does, I might give it a shot. She's staring into our souls. I take it you mean Tara. Yeah, they renamed Contra to Probotector in Europe and exchanged the human characters for robots. Oh, yeah. I do remember hearing that they switched out the human characters for robots to tone down the violence, yeah. I'll go out on a limb to say it's going to be better than the original Halloween video game, yeah. I bet most people don't even know about that one. Atari 2600 was like the wild, wild west of video games. It was actually years before I even knew it had another name. When I played the actual Contra, I actually thought at first that it was a bootleg ripoff. That's funny. Boop tax really needs to be a thing, yeah. I just popped into my head while I was speaking, because anytime I pet her, I always have to give her a little boop on the nose. And I'm like, it is kind of like the boop tax. The mod replaces the guns with Batman gadgets. Oh, that makes sense. I mean, I guess he could use like a batarang and it would be a similar, like, you know, a similar, like, I don't know why the word's not coming to me, but yeah, you know what I mean. In the Commodore version, his gun was a batarang. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know who Critical is, but calls pranksters homunculus. I feel like I've heard it referred to, like, used in different ways, like as an insult or whatever. That's why I was a little bit confused about what it actually meant. Thousands of years ago, some guy in ancient Greece got drunk, went to his drawing board, and came up with a satyr. Yeah. God, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what happened to Osiris in Egyptian mythology. I know that Set like cut him up into pieces and put the pieces in the Nile or something, and they managed to gather up all the pieces of him and put him back together. And but like they couldn't find his dick at first, and like it turns out that fish had eaten it, and they had to like cut open the fish to get it out and put it back together or whatever. It's fucking weird. You don't normally hear that part of Egyptian mythology very often, but it's a thing. As I recall, I think it was 3 fish and they each had names or something. To be fair, I think somebody told me that, so that might not be true, but yeah, there's a lot of weirdness in mythology that like people don't necessarily talk about as much. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the new Halloween game too. I did watch the original Halloween once. The plot was really vague, but I think the guy in the William Shatner mask did it. Had me going in the first half there, not gonna lie. There's a Doom mod for everything, yeah. Seinfeld and Zelda. Hi, Flash. I'm doing alright. I hope you are too. Whenever I hear the word Batarang, I always think of the POV shot from the second Keaton movie where he throws it and it moves slowly and hits 3 people who don't know how to duck. Yeah, that looked pretty silly. Only to get grabbed out of the air by a small dog. You know I did an Undertale reference when I did the film den on that. He's still definitely not posing. Oh well. Couldn't find his dick at first. What conversation did I stumble in on? I was talking about Osiris in Greek mythology, how he got cut up into pieces, and the part that people don't always talk about is that one of those pieces was his dick and they had trouble finding it or something. I don't remember the details, but it was something like that. Nope, never got his Pinor back, but he's a god, so still got his wife preggers. Oh, okay. I guess that probably is what I heard. That does sound familiar, actually. Hi, George. I took my nephew to see Mario Galaxy movie last night. It was fun. About on par with the first, but more gameplay fan service. The boy definitely had a blast. That's cool. That reminds me, I won't be streaming next week because I'm going to see Mortal Kombat 2, so... I look forward to seeing Johnny Cage being played by Billy Butcher. For the Zelda Doom, do they replace the gun with the sword, wand, candles, and hookshot? Well, I know when you're powered up all the way in Zelda, the sword is like a projectile weapon, right? So I imagine it's like that. Fish apparently like the taste of dead dick. I have heard there is a fish in South America which has a reputation for biting off people's testicles and sometimes hard to discern fact from fiction. Weird. I was at GameStop recently. They were selling a replica of the Keaton Batman utility belt. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, replicas of almost anything from Batman 89 would be cool. Or Batman Returns. Working through Lego Star Wars 2 on retro achievements at the minute. The complex X levels without dying are so much fun. I never want to do it again after. Excuse me. That reminds me of that bit from It, the book, where Mike Hanlon talks about where they found a camp where everyone had been massacred and someone's penis had been nailed to a wall. Oh my god. It's fucked up. He's a god, he can do what he wants. If he wants to make babies without his baby maker, he can. There's also a Tomb Raider mod for everything. I didn't know that. That's funny. Laura's even into Silent Hill. Yeah, in some games it blasts magical projectiles when you have full health. Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered. I don't know why, but I have a weird urge to like play the original Legend of Zelda. I might do that in a stream sometime, but I have a feeling I'm going to get frustrated very quickly. It might just be a one-time thing like that time I played Tomb Raider 2. If I ever even do it. Ah, sorry. Nose itches. Spared you all from having to see me digging my nose. Fish biting your junk is a hoax. What is real is the one that swims up your pee hole. I have heard of that. Don't like to think about it, but I've heard of that. I'm a completionist, so I have to do it. I can't help it, even if I drive myself mad sometimes. I know the feeling. I will stop playing a game. I will rage quit a game, but I always hate to do it. Like Stray, for example, I really didn't want to, really wanted to finish that game, but at this point, I think I probably won't. What does it hope to find in there? God damn it. I wonder if Nile has a song about Osiris's dong eaten by fish. They do have one about Hittite medicine women covering you in dog dung and making you eat it to expel demons based on true rituals. What the fuck? I kind of wish I didn't know that. I played through SNES Zelda a few times. That was a good one. That first Zelda game I ever played, in fact. Oh, that's cool. I spared you all from seeing me digging my nose, Dina 2026. I mean, why? What do you expect to see in there? So what have I missed about the Sonic Food, Red Dwarf, and Silent Hill conversations? Not much. I can't think of specifically what we've talked about. I think they'll have the Johnny Cage song in the movie. I don't know the Johnny Cage song. Yeah, Styx has to get that whole Sparehead topic in there. Alright, I think I'm gonna use... I'm gonna try using a super soft brush for a while. I don't know if I'm gonna like the outcome, but... I could also... Wait a minute. How about... What if I turn down the opacity a little bit? Actually, that works pretty well. I have to re-experiencing Elise dying every weekend. And yes, I did almost call her Eris again. Every week, that's another weekly thing. We get to the point in the Final Fantasy Star 4 soundtrack. See, I almost called it Final Fantasy. We get to the point in the Fantasy Star 4 soundtrack of Elise's death, and I nearly call her Eris when I mention it. I think this looks good. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Eh. It is a little bit form-fitting across his chest, but I don't need to be overly obvious about that. Oh, had the wrong tool selected. Take a drink. Oh, and I just noticed something I fucked up a minute ago. I think that looks pretty good, and actually I don't think it needs any, like, I'm not going to add any highlights. That's kind of what this gray color is. Oh, and actually there's some smudging I forgot to do. I was noticing this while I was looking at the chat. I'm like, I'll have to fix that after I stop reacting to the chat, and then I never did. Let me just add a little bit of randomness to that. That was almost like a line. I think that's probably done. I think I'm good. Let me banish the marching ants so I can really get a good look at it. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Most of the line works. Most of the line work got buried, but that's fine. Still not sure how I feel about the color of the pants, but I think I'll wait until everything else is done and then I'll start fiddling with that color. Oh yeah, what's left is the jacket. I might actually finish this. Oh no, I won't. It's like 15 to 3. I should be able to finish this tonight though. I'll oh man. See, sometimes I get a little out of hand with my smudging and I mess things up. Okay, hopefully that did it. Yeah. Obligatory Santa mention. God, you guys are so weird about that. I don't think we had a Silent Hill conversation. We did briefly talk about Resident Evil and Mortal Kombat. Well, I did mention a couple times that his color scheme makes me think of Walter Sullivan. So we did talk about Walter Sullivan a little bit. Nile, of course, are a death metal band whose content are almost exclusively ancient Egypt and adjacent legends. Interesting. But even they say, what the fuck, when learning about the dung incantation. Is it true what they say that artists never consider their work to be finished? It probably depends, but I think there's definitely some truth to that. Take a drink every time she gets names mixed up. Don't do that. You can make out Frankie Monster's pecs through the shirt. That was the idea, a little bit. I didn't want to make it overly obvious, but yeah. I used to confuse Phantasy Star with Final Fantasy. I mean, I imagine it's an easy thing to do. It's probably fairly common since, you know, they're both RPGs with fantasy in the title. Poor Eris, she died doing what she liked best, saving the world. Recently played Donkey Kong Country and got 101%. Oh, cool. Yeah, Game Grumps played that not too long ago. That was one of those games I never played myself because I never had a Super Nintendo. Also recently rediscovered the edit someone did of putting Dobby from Harry Potter into Star Wars. I mean, aesthetically, he would fit in Star Wars. I'm sort of glad you stopped adjusting his pecs because when you were moving the cursor around his pecs, they seemed to jiggle for a while. Wow. Creature looks like he's in a Calvin Klein ad. God damn it. I was really trying to make his pose look kind of interesting without making it too posy, and all you guys ever talk about is how posy it looks. And like, I think last week Lee told me it reminded him of a JoJo. It reminded him of a JoJo character, and like, I was like, welp. So much for that. Oh, that's right. There was something I was going to do here. I said something like the way he was posing reminded him of a JoJo character. I'm not sure why there's a... What's that? I don't know why there's lines down there. That makes no sense. Oh. I guess that's probably the, where is it? That probably has something to do with the clothing mask. Nope. Where are those lines coming from? I'm so confused. This was only supposed to take a second. That's in the clothing lines? I don't know why it would be in that layer, but okay. Nope. It's not in the background. Where the fuck is that? Yeah, it's not there. I'm so confused. What? What fucking layer is that? Oh my god. Oh, wait. In the shirt layer? That's nuts. It doesn't look like all of it is from the shirt layer, though. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Oh, I see. I guess it's because I keep selecting the clothing mask layer. It keeps creating outlines around things, and it only showed here. Okay, I fixed it. That was weird. Oh yeah, I can close that reference image. Anyway, where was I? There are videos where someone has inserted Leslie Nielsen into Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Interesting. Dina to the marching ants, to the Shadow Realm with you. Something like that. Shit, I guess once I get caught up on the chat, I'll wrap up. Too bad I didn't quite finish this, but I have very little left, so I'll probably finish the rest of this off screen, and I'll post the final version in the Discord server, as I tend to do. No appreciation for the hard work by the marching ants whatsoever. Not true. I do appreciate the marching ants, but sometimes they just need to go. Need to march elsewhere. Excuse me. You're so weird about the Santa. Just be grateful that we're not still bringing up the shady cows. Oh my god. Me after playing the drinking game, I don't feel so good. Chat turns into dust. Yeah, worst people in Star Wars would be like, what race are you? I've never seen your kind before, yeah. Dobby was in Darth Maul's spot specifically. Master gave Dobby a lightsaber, a really cool one. Oh, God. That's your name, isn't it? Calvin Klein. It's written all over your underwear. I love Back to the Future. Real hot take there. Michael Scott from The Office and Mass Effect. That I would like to see. I'd like to see Michael Scott in almost anything. Saw a YouTube poop where Darth Maul's lightsaber had 10 or 20 blades. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn put theirs away and run away. That's funny. The lightsabers flop when activated. Oh. I see what you're saying. Donkey Kong Country 2 has great boss battles. I sadly don't have a copy anymore, but loved it as a kid. Also learned some Star Wars trivia. Apparently Ewan McGregor kept ruining takes in the prequels because he couldn't stop making lightsaber noises. And Samuel L. Jackson pleaded for Lucas to give him a purple lightsaber, as that's his favorite and iconic color. Oh, that's cool. Photoshop is like an onion, it has layers. A tartan lightsaber just to annoy the animators. Oh god. The pic looks very good, thank you. I like that the purple lightsaber was later justified as Mace Windu being able to balance light and dark forces, so his saber was blue and red together. That's funny. See, I wouldn't even have thought about that. I'd be like, oh, his is purple? That's cool. But I know Star Wars fans can be really picky, and they probably would have complained. Oh yeah, there's a video of Kevin from Home Alone in the new Hitman games killing people with traps. That's funny. Hello, I'm Rita Tico from the Appy Baby Adoption Agency. Sorry, said it wrong. I'm going to give you the old British knuckles until Santa's back on the wall. Oh, God. I didn't want to say all of that in her voice. Someone did an alternate ending to Neverending Story where someone mixed the scene with Bastian and Falcor chasing the bullies with clips from Independence Day. Everyone in New York runs away when the ship appears over it. That's funny. The lightsaber flops when activated. Reminds me of Herbert Obi-Wan. Your powers are weak, old man. Epic battles from Revenge of the Sith and then Obi versus Darth Vader and the Death Star back to back. Okay, it's like 3 minutes to 3, so I'm gonna wrap up. Thanks for joining me, everybody. As I said, I will not be streaming next weekend because I will be seeing Mortal Kombat 2. All those flips and fast moves followed by two older men playing lightsaber patty cake. Oh, that's funny. Oh, sorry if I just made everybody yawn. So, yeah, when I do return, hopefully I'll have Cybercats ready in time to color that. I do have like 2 weeks, so hopefully I can get the next page of Cybercats done. I burned myself out getting this done last night, so I think I'm about ready to take a little break from this guy. So yeah, hopefully Cybercats in a couple weeks, but we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. I saw one of those AI ruins videos for Star Wars, and they made it so that Qui-Gon Jinn pulls a newspaper and starts reading while waiting for the force field to go down during the Darth Maul battle. That's funny. Also, seeing Palpatine in pink bunny pajamas is certainly an image. Gonna see Mortal Kombat 2 when I'm able to, yeah. I hope you like it too. I hope it turns out good. Lee and I are gonna rewatch the first movie tonight because we kind of don't remember it too well. Thanks for the stream. Have fun watching Mortal Kombat. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Flash. Looking forward to the next Cybercats page. Yeah, I'm getting forward to being done drawing it. Image is looking really good. Thank you. Great art, great stream. Thank you, George. Okay, everybody. Shut up. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys again in a couple weeks if all goes well. Rewatching Mortal Kombat 2021 on Thursday night. One day of the new movie release. Okay. Let's try collide its Gordon. God damn it. It's bad? I remember liking the first one. I just don't remember it too well. I liked the first one, but didn't think it was as good as the original. But anyway, yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody, and I'll see you in a couple weeks, as far as I know.